People of the internet, welcome back to another segment of Downtime. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, and subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. All right, so let's get into this story real quick. Nvidia wants to replace nurses with AI for $9 an hour. Let's get into it. This comes from Gizmodo. All right. So Nvidia wants to replace nurses with AI for $9 an hour. Your health could soon be in the hands of Nvidia-powered AI nurses, and they cost your healthcare provider next to nothing. Nvidia announced a collaboration with Hippocratic AI on Monday, a healthcare company that offers generative AI nurses who work for just $9 an hour. Hippocratic promotes how it can undercut real human nurses who can cost $90 an hour with its cheap AI agents that offer medical advice to patients over video calls in real time. Let's look into this. There's a video for it as well, too.
Hi, Sarah. I'm Rachel, your AI care manager. How are you doing after your appendectomy?
I'm good. I'm glad to be home with my dog, Dennis.
It's great to hear that you're back home with Dennis. I noticed that Dr. Chang has prescribed you some antibiotics, specifically ciprofloxacin and metronidazole, due to your ruptured appendix. Were you able to get these medications?
I was. I did forget to mention to the doctor that I am allergic to penicillin. Is it still okay to take the medications?
Great question. The antibiotics you've been prescribed, ciprofloxacin and metronidazole, don't contain penicillin. So it's perfectly safe for you to take them. Can you begin taking them today?
Yeah, I certainly can. Do you have any tips for faster recovery?
Given that you have diabetes, keeping your blood sugar levels in check will be beneficial for your wound healing. Your hemoglobin A1C was at a healthy level of 5.5, but your glucometer readings from yesterday were a bit on the high side. So keep taking your metformin and try to steer clear of foods high in carbs. How does that sound to you?
I think I'll be able to avoid the carbs for the week. I need to go right now, but it was great talking to you.
I'm glad we had this talk. I'll pass along your progress to Dr. Chang.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So there you see it, folks. Hippocratic AI for $9 an hour as opposed to $90 an hour. You can speak to an AI nurse, as you saw in the video, that'll walk you through your prescriptions and what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. To be completely honest, I'm not with it at all. For a multitude of reasons. One, my thing is, as I said before on this channel plenty of times before, when AI takes all the jobs, what are the humans supposed to do? Rent prices are going up. Childcare prices are going up. Food prices are going up. People can't buy homes. People can't afford their rent. Jobs are already scarce. There's layoffs left and right of every, in almost in every industry. And then you have AI. You have these companies, these corporations that are taking jobs away from nurses, the humans. And I told you guys before, man, if a robot can do your job, you need to find another skill, right? That's the solution, right? If a robot can do your job, you need to find another skill. Some people thought it was just graphic designers and writers like myself, this, that, and the other. It's coming for all industries. Blue collar jobs, white collar jobs, it's coming for them all. My gripe is this. What are the humans left to do? What are people going to school for? What are we telling our kids to grow up and aspire to be? If by the time they're of adult age, the robot has already taken their role. You see, there's some industries where a lot of people thought they were safe. Like, oh, I'm good. A robot can't do my job. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? And we're embracing these things. Now, here's the thing where I talk about greed. Supposedly, this article is saying that as opposed to paying a nurse $90 an hour, if that's the actual wage, if it is, cool. If it's not, I don't know. Of course, that's probably going to be based off of the specific industry, maybe the years of schooling you went to, whatever the case is, yada, yada, where you live, all that good stuff. So on the consumer end, I'm thinking like, all right, so of course there's the business end, like the corporation, and then like the patient end, right? So on the corporation, yeah, of course, because again, these corporations, as I've said time and time 100 times before, They don't care about the people. They care about profits. It's a different P. There's people and then there's profits. They don't care about the people. They care about profits. So, of course, if they can keep their overhead low, okay, cool. I can pay a human nurse $90 an hour, or I can pay this AI robot $9 an hour. Who do you think they're going to go for? Who do you think they're going to go for? So from a corporate standpoint, of course, this is full steam ahead. Sure, why not? Let's stock up on some AI nurses. As a patient, you see, the thing that got me in the clip that we just watched, the lady, she's petting her dog. She's sitting in the comfort of her own home. She has her iPad in front of her. She's talking to this AI nurse. I know how I feel when I talk to robots on the phone. I'm already frustrated when you got to call, press 1, and I'm always yelling, speak to a representative. Before they go through their whole prompt, before they go through all the yada yada, press 1. If you press 2, speak to a representative. So when it comes to our health, we should rely on the robots as well too. Talking about our prescriptions and talking about some, personal stuff. She told her, hey, lay off the carbs or whatever she told her. And the lady, she presented it as if she's having a formal conversation with the robot. Oh, it's a pleasure speaking with you. Come on, bro. Is it such a harm to actually have that conversation with an actual human? I don't get it, bro. Again, with all these mass layoffs in all these industries, it's not just the tech industry anymore. Pay attention. Of course, we're hearing, layoffs. This company laid off 10% of their staff, 5% of their staff. Oh, this company laid off 1,000 people, this, that, and the other. And these things don't affect you because it's not happening to you. These things, you don't really think nothing of it. Of course, you count your blessings. Hopefully, you're still employed, whatever the case is, or you feel so secure in your industry that you feel like the robots ain't coming your way. If they're coming for nurses, they'll get you soon too as well. I feel like physical labor, of course, our plumbers, our technicians, yeah, you're probably good as well too for some time. But of course, there's going to be a robot for that. They're working on humanoid robots, man. That's another topic I wanted to speak on as well too. OpenAI, I forgot the other name of the company, where the robots now are in human form, almost kind of like picking up boxes, putting away dishes, things of that nature. That's the direction we're heading. Give it a few more years. My concern is what is left for the humans to do. What are children supposed to grow up and aspire to be when the robots are taking over every single industry? Is it such a crime to have a nurse that actually is a human just like you? Are you really comfortable speaking to an AI robot about such matters over an iPad or a computer, whatever the case is? Oh, it was a pleasure talking to you. Was it really? There's only but so much. Of course, these are all prompts. If you know how this AI stuff works, these are all prompts. So, of course, I'm sure there's going to be some things, of course, and, maybe the technology will develop over a period of time. I get that. But there's only but so much it can say to you. Of course, it's reading off a prompt. It knows your prescription because the doctor already inputted that. It knows when your appointment was, this, that. Oh, we'll see you Monday. It's easy to prompt that up. But what about the real serious conversations? And if you see here, it looks like they got different... If you see here, they got different types of AI nurses here. You see here different demographics, I guess you can say. Male nurse, female nurse, young, old, different, cultural backgrounds, whatever the case is. Is it too much to just have an actual human being in that role? Is it too much to ask? What if I just want a human-to-human interaction when I'm at the doctor? These companies don't care. They only care about profits, man. And Nvidia is actually a huge company right now. I think I read somewhere that it's third in America right now after Microsoft and Apple. Did I read that correctly someplace? I don't know, man. It's just doing too much right now, man. And now one could argue, man, hey, man, get with the times, bro. It's just how technology's progressing, man. Get with the times, bro. It's the future. We could push back, right? If enough people put their foot down and say, hey, man, can we slow this down a bit? Or can we just not wipe out the entire workforce so we can actually be able to have jobs to pay our bills and take care of our families? That's what we should be fighting for. What are the humans left to do? I said this before as well, too. When people's backs are against the walls, when more and more industries, when the percentages start getting higher of the layoffs, when the 5% goes to 50% of a staff is laid off today, when people are struggling to get jobs, when kids don't even want to go to school no more because they don't even know what they want to be. I read this somewhere as well, too. Soon enough, the main title is just going to be, we're all going to be AI prompt generators. You know what that is? There's like, what is it? Learning language models. The language models is like, we're going to be prompt engineers. I think that's going to be the new title. Whereas we'll be just feeding the AI responses, more human-like responses, and helping it do our job. And then when it doesn't need us anymore, well, they'll just get rid of us. Because of course one could rebuttal and say, oh, well, there's always going to be a need for a human. That's what a lot of people are saying current day right now. There's always going to be a need for humans. The AI technology is not good enough right now to completely, bypass the human, input or interaction to the full degree. Yeah, that's now. But what about in the next 3 years? At this rate, the next 2 years, the next 5 years, what does that look like? Are you still going to be needed? Once you've given all the AI, you told it everything you know, you fed it all your language speaking points, and you fed it all your own art, your own creativity, you fed it everything. Now it's fully loaded with everything that you can do. Then what happens to you? Are you still of need? Are you still of use at that point? You're not. You're not, bro. We gotta, man. That's why I was all for a few months ago, maybe it was sometime last year, when a few of these tech elites or whatever the case is, and I think that was all for show, to be completely honest. When they try to put out a petition to say, hey man, maybe we should put a 6-month pause into this advancement of tech AI. If these companies just put 6 months to just stop and, hold our horses, as they would say, to make sure, we're not veering off in the wrong path. They said no, full steam ahead. They didn't stop because, if we stop, then our adversaries will have 6 months ahead of us and they'll be able to develop technology and, that can be used at a disadvantage for us, yada, yada, yada. You see, they're not thinking about the humans in the situation. They're not thinking about your livelihood. They're not thinking about your livelihood. They don't care if you lose your job. They don't care. As long as business is still booming, as long as they can pay the differential, again, $90 an hour or $9 an hour, they're not worried about you. So my question that I'm going to keep asking is, what are the humans left to do? When more and more industries start getting taken over by the AI, when you can't walk into the damn doctor without speaking to a robot first, if we outsource everything to the robots, what are the humans left to do for income? What are the children learning when they go to school? There's a kid right now there's nursing students right now. I think I even know a few people that's in nursing school right now. How does that make you feel? Nursing students right now, or nurses right now, knowing that if push comes to shove, your employer right now, pay you your salary, worry about you calling out, worry about you on sick leave, worry about you backbiting, this, that, and the other, or kick you to the curb and get this robot to do it for $9 an hour. What you think the corporation's going to do? Do you think they have your best interest at heart? We need to be a little bit more vocal with this advancement of AI, man. A lot of people think it's all fun and games until 2 to 5 years goes by, and then all of a sudden you're shit out of luck, out of a job because you weren't able to learn a new skill or didn't go back to school or had even the funds or the resources to do so. Now you don't even know what to do with yourself. Then what are the people going to resort to? What are the people going to resort to when the robots have taken over their jobs and they've already, they're not in a position again? Like I said before, yeah, you could easily just rebuttal and say, oh, upskill, bro, learn a new skill. Yeah, it's easier said than done sometimes, bro. Sometimes there's not the learning capacity, depending on how old you are or how far along you are in your career. There's not enough time for everybody to go back to school and learn something new. And, sometimes the learning curve, we know how it is. We can't just say learn a new skill and call it, it's easier said than done, is basically what I'm trying to say. I think we should designate some jobs to the humans, bro. Let's just leave some industries alone. Maybe nursing and medical in particular. Because I don't care what the situation is. I think I'm always going to elect to speak to a human than a robot, specifically in the doctor's office. Again, man, even on the phone right now, I don't like talking to robots. It's the fact that I have to press buttons to bypass a robot just to speak to a human is already annoying. And it seems as if it's about to be full steam ahead with this nursing stuff. But I don't know, man. It's not looking too good. We need to put our foot down on some of these things and just leave some industries alone when it comes to this AI advancement, bro. Not all. Okay, like I said, the menial jobs that we all deem menial and beneath us, right? Because honestly, I don't think any job is beneath us. If you're able to provide for yourself, if it's a decent wage, be able to pay your bills, put food in your stomach, keep a roof over your head, then yeah. But there are some jobs that we can all unanimously agree that, yeah, maybe we don't want to do those. So yeah, okay, cool. Maybe we can outsource that to the robots. But we want our nurses to be outsourced to the AI robots? Do we want our teachers? I've seen so many things. Lawyers. I've seen so many fields right now that they're considering giving to the AI. Algorithms and prompts, data prompts. Is that the direction we're heading? And look at the rate in which we're heading in that direction. It's a bit fast if you ask me. What are your thoughts, folks? I'd love to hear it. What do you make of this AI nurses for $9 an hour as opposed to the human in the doctor's office. How would you feel? Are you open to the idea of walking into your doctor's office or, doing it virtually at home, and instead of talking to another human that you can communicate with, share a nice joke with, whatever the case is, you're face to face with the robot who's just basically just reading from a prompt, telling you about the basic things that they can go over, what they can tell you. How do you feel about that? And what does it look like for our future if more and more industries are getting taken over by AI? Questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comment section below. As always, it's always greatly appreciated for tuning in. The likes, the comments, and subscribes are always greatly appreciated. I will catch you on the next one.